All right, good morning, traders. It's November 20th, 2025. My name is John Carignan. I'm the lead instructor here at the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in podcast land, digital land, cyber land. Thank you for subscribing to my content, following my content, liking my content, leaving kind words on my content. Special shout out to those that share my content. Bob Jordan, Jim Jordan, John Jordan, Kathy Sour Roasted. Thank you for spreading the good word. Appreciate that. Thank you. Love that. Thank you so much. All right, let's take a look at the markets today. I'm wondering if the bulls... before we got some announcements to make. All right, today, November 20th. That's today. E-learning in the combo room. Okay, it's in the combo room. In order to get there, see if I can do this. Still logged in. Okay, so in the combo room, go over to your BYOB Trading page, member page right there. And this is the combo room right here. You just hit log in, and it'll open up another chat room, and you just log into that chat room. So that's where the e-learning. I think we'll all be in there at noon today until 3 o'clock. All right, so you won't see us in our trading rooms. We'll probably all be right inside the combo room learning together from each other. All right, so there's combo room today at noon. All right, so let's take a look at, more announcements, more announcements. Black Friday sale, lifetime subscription to BYOB Trading. .com, $39.95, regularly about $10K. It's on sale now. I think it lasts till, I don't know, probably at least till the end of November, maybe December. I don't know. We'll see if I can push the crew to push it out to the end of the year. We'll see. Black Friday sale, and that is going on right now. The other Cyber Monday sale is buy an annual. And by the way, the links are going to be in the description, and I've put them in the chat room for those of you in the chat room. It's buy 12 months, get 6 months extra free. So that's 18 months for the price of an annual. All right, so those links are in the chat room. Just scroll up and down the chat or in the alerts. And I have this also on social media as well if you want to sign up for the lifetime subscription. I know a lot of you guys out there, I know a few of you, all right, make 3 to 10 daily goals a day. You could pay for a lifetime subscription, with probably just one of your days. I know a few of you out there, or 2 of your days trading. I know some of you crank out about 2K a day, and you could pay for a whole lifetime inside instead of renewing every month or renewing every 3 months. Okay, just sign up and you'll be set for your life right there. Black Friday sale, lifetime subscription. All right. I also got the annual. The annual is, by the way, the annual's $1,205. For the annual subscription, and that gives you 12 months plus an extra 6 months for free. So 18 months for the price of an annual. So it's like buy one, get a half for free. All right, so there's Black Friday and Cyber Monday. All right, today, November 20th, 2025, my SPY pivot, 663. I don't think we'll see it at all today. I'll be surprised if we do. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Probably going to be a bull all day. SPY, QQQ, IWM, FNGU made higher highs and higher lows yesterday, closing under their bearish traps and under their 17 EMAs. Okay. If we look at this morning, it looks like the bulls came in and rescued the price from falling through the major support level. We'll see if it was the bulls or was it just NVIDIA. Okay, Diamond Dow made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. Gold in a daily uptrend. Silver also in a daily uptrend. Gold made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside a bearish trap, but over the 17. Silver, same thing, higher high, higher low, closed over a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. USO in a daily downtrend, made a lower high, lower low, closing under a bullish trap and under the 17. UNG also in a daily uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. US dollar index remains in a daily uptrend, but still in the bear flag. Closed near the 100.12 area. SPY max pain for today, 668. I think we may visit it one time, and then it will be long in our rear view mirror sometime today. We'll see. With a put to call ratio of about 1.5 put for each call that expires today at 4:15. Okay, now if this is your first time, all of these are in daily uptrends over the 17 EMA. If they got a little star next to them, they're building out a bull flag, or what I call a launch pad, from which to launch higher if they got a little star next to them. Over here, these are all under the bears column, all in daily downtrends under the 17 EMA. And if they got a little star next to them, they're building out a platform or a bear flag from which to dip lower. All right. CAG, I don't think CAG is going to dip lower. I don't think so. All right. It may, but I don't think so. We'll see what happens. All right. So these are over the 17, under the 17 right there. All right. Let's take a look at some charts. First chart we're going to look at. Let's just look at SPY. Okay. SPY kind of putting in the bear flag. You can see moves down and then over to the right. See, move down over to the right. So kind of a bear flag between the 18th and the 19th right here. All right. Price action left off with last night. Got a 10-minute uptrend. You see the candles riding up on top of the 3. The 3 is over the 8. We have daylight between the 3 and the 8. And the 3 is up over the 8. And we're crossing over VWAP right now. Into the close right there. This is uptrend line right there, and you can see a little bit of respect given to that uptrend line, price gapping up here this morning. So this is SPY in the 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. Take a look at QQQ, okay? I got a feeling it's the same thing. Okay, QQQ, same deal. All right, 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. 2-hour chart. All right, 2-hour chart, still in a 2-hour downtrend right here. See, we got a 2-hour downtrend. I'll go back to 10-minute. You can see it without all the confusion on there. 10-minute uptrend, 3 on top of the 8, 8 on top of the 17. And we were pointed up, but into the close, then the last 2 candles kind of flattened it out right there for QQQ. So 10-minute uptrend, both QQQ, SPY, and 2-hour right here, 2-hour downtrend right here coming into the close. 2-hour downtrend, and SPY, same thing, 2-hour downtrend coming into the close. All right, so let's take a look at the daily charts. Okay, so the daily chart for SPY, higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap. The 3 is under the 8, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. So all in all, with the quad lines on there, let's take this off. Not going to need that for a long time. Okay, so here's the April low. Here's our high. We're all-time high right here. Price action is right here. We've got in the middle of quadrant 4. So we're bullish, but we're still in a downtrend. So SPY, and I think QQQ got to take out this lower high right here to negate the downtrend status and convert the uptrend status. We'll see what they can do. I think they'll get a good piece of that knocked out sometime today. We'll see what happens. There's SPY on the daily chart. Still in a downtrend. Still bullish up here in the middle of quadrant 4. QQQ, same deal. QQQ, same deal. All right, on the scratch right here, you see, got the lower high right here. Same candle, higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. Looking to take out that high. If they take out that high right there, the one that pops up over the 17 EMA, that's the dots right there. The dots turn green when price is above it, and it turns red when they're underneath it. So you can see we're currently underneath, so it's red. So you can see right there, there's the high right there. So if they pop that lower high, they will have they will negate the downtrend and convert the uptrend. So there's QQQ. Both QQQ and SPY on the weekly chart, you can see still in weekly uptrends. Nothing's broken here on QQQ weekly chart. Same with monthly chart, still in uptrends right through here. Take a look at SPY. Okay, see, nothing's broken. Almost got an engulfing candle right here, okay, on both QQQ and SPY on the monthly. But still bullish. Still got daylight, all right, between the 3 and the 8. Okay, so there's SPY on the monthly in an uptrend. On the weekly, weekly right here, in an uptrend, hasn't broken anything yet. Okay, we'd have to knock out a lower low. This would be the first low to come to. Okay, so there's SPY on the weekly, still in an uptrend. All right, take a look at QQQ. Okay, QQQ still in an uptrend. They'd have to knock out a lower low that's below the 17, or a low below the 17. Here's the first low you come to. That's way down here, 400. All right, so they'll probably put in a higher low somewhere up here below the 17 sometime, and they'll probably knock that out before they ever get back to this one right back here. So there's QQQ, still in a weekly uptrend. Monthly chart, still got daylight between the 3 and the 8. Notice not much of the window is obscured by candles, okay? So monthly chart, QQQ, still in an uptrend. Just like SPY, got that red candle, almost eclipsing the October candle. But there's still a little bit left to eclipse, and it doesn't look like they're going to make it. We'll see what happens. There's QQQ monthly, also in an uptrend right there. Let's check out the two game plans. All right, first game plan is QQQ. Let's take a look at that on the 15. And let's pull it all together here. Okay, so on game plan for QQQ, I want to zoom in on a little bit of this. So right here, okay, so pivot for QQQ today, 600.10. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Green erases red entry over 606.15. All right, and we're already up over 606.15. Red erases green entry under 596.10. I don't think we'll see any part of that today or the pivot. All right. Looking at price gapping up, we do have some economic numbers coming out at 8:30 today. That'd be the employment situation. That could get volatile, but all in all, I think the market's going to move up. Even if it is volatile, I think bulls are going to shake it off and keep it going. We'll see what happens, but that's what I think. I don't see how employment numbers could be relevant. We're coming into the holiday season, and let me rephrase that. We're coming into the shopping season. Okay, a lot of purchases done these next 2 months, as well as people moving around, going to hit their winter sports or come south for some warm weather or some beaches. So there's a lot of shopping that's being done in the month of December and January for those year-end sales, all right, and those New Year's sales. Okay, so QQQ game plan. All right, so I'm looking for price to probably move up, pull back, and then J-hook off of hopefully that peak right there. Okay, in the pre-market. We'll look at it with the pre-market on. See if we can find one with the pre-market on there. Okay, so I'm looking for prices gone up. I'd like to see it kind of pull back and J-hook off of this. Now, if they keep going up, probably going to J-hook off of that hump right there. We'll see. They keep moving up, so probably going to J-hook off of either all of this over here, okay, or J-hook off of, don't move around, off of this right in here, okay? So either this area or this area, looking for a J-hook off of there to shoot up and make a higher high. So there's QQQ. That's in the pre-market. That's my game plan, looking for that higher low from which I want to see price recover 50% of the pullback, and then I want to see price rip up higher, okay? We may just consolidate right through here and then rip higher. We'll see what happens. There's QQQ, 10 minute, all right? So looking for J-hook, either climb up on top of here, J-hook off of that, or pull back and J-hook right off that hump right there and this hump right here. So right here, we'll see what happens, all right? Looking for a J-hook off of this area. If not, we consolidate and then look for a breakout later today on QQQ. All right, so we got a 10-minute uptrend right now. All right, now things could change because we do have some economic numbers. So I'll be looking for a continuation of the 10-minute uptrend. All right, so I'll be looking for a candle with that doesn't have more wick than body and tail. Okay, I'll look for a green candle, no red candles. I don't want any spinning tops, and I don't want any doji candles. Okay, so I'm looking for a candle that doesn't have a whole lot of wick up top, because that's going to show me bearish control. So I'm looking for buy right into a continuation of the 10-minute uptrend that we left off with yesterday from down here, and continued with all of the post-market. And then in the morning hours, we have a continuation of the same trend, picking up right here where they left off and rising up higher right through there. So there's QQQ. Same thing, SPY. All right, we'll take a look at that one. All right, same thing, SPY, 10-minute uptrend into the close. Okay, and then, of course, they resumed that 10-minute uptrend into the post-market. And now we're in the pre-market after the consolidation. Got a nice little 10-minute uptrend breaking out here. Kind of looks like consolidation. Low, no higher low. Another inside low. Okay, didn't quite make a lower low. Now we're visiting the highs again. Looking like consolidation for breakout at 9:30 when the market opens. Okay, so price, I'll be looking for, if this 10-minute uptrend still exists, I'll be looking to buy into for continuation of that 10-minute uptrend. Again, I don't want any candle. See, like that one, it's got more wick than body and tail. That's not my candle, okay? Red candles, not my candle, because I'm buying into a continuation pattern of the bullish uptrend. So red candles don't really work for me. Green candles do, all right? But I don't want anything. I don't want any spinning tops. I don't want any doji candles, because that tells me bulls and bears are satisfied. So I kind of want a candle with some nice green color, nice green body to buy into. All right, so we'll see what happens when we open up here in about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Okay, there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. Again, for the game plan. All right. Price over 667.35, that I'm a bull, or is it green erases red, and we're clearly up over that right now. Pivot 663, above it I'm a bull, below it I'm a bear. I don't think we'll see any part of 663, not today. Green erases, red erases green, underneath 658.75. Don't think we'll see that either. Green erases red over 667.35 again. We may pull back to that and then rip J-hook up out of there. Okay, so my target for today, all right, this is my target. It is going to be this downtrend line right here. Okay, I'm going to crank it up so you can see it. All right, so here is See this purple line? That's the all-time high anchored VWAP. I think we climb up there by noon or before noon. I think we get up here before noon. All right. And then I think this is going to be my target today. Now, if they get there early, all right, and there's still a couple hours left in the day, see this downtrend line? There's the all-time high. There's the lower high. I'm just connecting the two. All right. This will be the third touch. So once we get there, this will be the third touch of this downtrend line. So, you know, kind of maybe expect a little pullback, all right, or rejection the first time. Now, if they come in slow, all right, and melt up through it, they can get through it. But if they come into it hard and fast, all right, it's going to bounce away, all right. If they come in slow, they can gradually melt up through it. This will be the third touch. There's usually a rejection on the third touch, all right? But it's all in the nature of the move, too, all right? If it's hard and fast, it will bounce. If it goes through it like a machine, generated slope that's not a relatively high pitch, okay, or the slope is not too steep, and they come in and kind of melt up through it, they can get right through it with one shot. All right, so if they get up there and they get on top of that, all right, I'm going to want to see price make a higher high. Okay, so we'll see. But this right here is my target today. So as you can see, that's about 681. So seriously going to be considering the 680 calls and the 685 calls. And, of course, the 675 calls. Okay, but we could get up through this. If we're up here before noon, they might be going for the all-time high. Now, this is one of those days where it could be a $20, $30, $40 day. Okay, so be prepared. This is that kind of a day. NVIDIA's we're rescuing price off of the major support. You could see a $20, $30 day. So we left off, we were at basically right around here, 663. All right, so we could see not just 73, not just 83, but maybe even 693, okay? It's not out of the question, all right? This is one of those days that you could see, you're going to think, when are they going to stop? And they're just going to keep going all day long. So be prepared for that. So watch those trends. Pay attention to the trends because try to stick with your trade when it goes up with the trend, as long as that trend keeps melting up or shooting higher, okay? So this could rip, and we'll have the W pattern if we do, because this will come down, up. So there's the middle peak between the two valleys in the W pattern, all right? And you can see price possibly rip all the way up to this high right up here, and maybe higher. I'm saying 693 is not out of the question for today. All right, so this is my target for today, this downtrend line. Okay, so we could see, if we left off with 663, we could see 683 today. All right, that would make a $20 day. This could be a 2 ATR day or maybe even a 3 ATR day. Okay, not just one standard deviation, but 2 standard deviations. All right, so could be a $30 day. So stay with the trend. All right, there'll be plenty of chances to take profits. Just stay with the trend. All right, it's going to be a big. I think it's going to be a big day. It has the makings to be a big day. All right, so I like 1 day till expiration and 8 days till expiration. Friday options on the multiple of 5. specifically for the open interest and the high liquidity. I like strikes that are $2 to $15 out of the money. I like 10-minute uptrends over VWAP. I like 10-minute downtrends under VWAP, okay? If this is going to move $20 today, I'm just going to say, this is one of those days where you could take the 10-cent option and wind up with 1,000% gain on a 10-cent option. This is one of those days where you could really double your money, all right? It's got the makings of it. I'm just preparing you. You could take a 10-cent option and probably sell it at the end of the day for like a dollar per share, all right? So it's really got that kind of potential to it. Okay, so again, both QQQ and SPY, I like 1 day till expiration, Friday options, 8 days till expiration, Friday options. On the multiple of 5, again, specifically for the open interest. I trade 10-minute uptrends over VWAP. All right, my favorite setup, okay, is the 10-minute uptrend over VWAP that resides inside of the 2-hour uptrend, that resides inside of the daily uptrend, that resides inside the weekly uptrend, that resides inside the monthly uptrend, all over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, here's the all-time high anchored VWAP. I think we get up there today. Okay, if we are up here today, we will have a 2-hour uptrend. The only thing that will be missing out of the perfect setup is the daily uptrend. But as soon as we close over this peak, we will have the uptrend, and then on Friday we will have the perfect setup if they make a new higher high today, all right? Which I suspect they will come close, okay? So you can see where I've got my marker, 684, okay? So that's where I think we're going today. That's a big move from 670 where we are now, all right? So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. All right, let's take a look at IWM. We'll look at it on the daily chart. Come down here, pick up the daily chart, and let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is yesterday's candle. Let's move over to this one. Daily chart again, daily chart. All right, so here's yesterday's candle for IWM. Higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Okay, so all of them except Diamond Dow did the same thing. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. Okay, you can see QQQ. See that? Does the same thing. SPY, same thing. Okay, and FNGU. Okay, same thing. Okay, I all did the same thing. Higher low, higher high. Closed under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, okay? They're all up in quadrant 4, except for maybe IWM. I don't know if they're still there. Yep, they're still in quadrant 4, so they're still bullish, all right, and in downtrends, all right? So they're all bullish and in downtrends. Diamond Dow, okay? Diamond Dow did something different. Lower high, lower low. Closed under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, but still quadrant 4, that's bullish, all right? But in a downtrend as well, because see this low, they made a lower low. So Diamond Dow in a downtrend. Let's take a look at gold and silver. Both gold and silver made higher highs and higher lows. Both gold and silver are in uptrends. Okay, gold and silver, higher low, higher high, closing inside of a bearish trap. You can barely see it, but that yellow 3 EMA happens to be riding right underneath that 8 EMA. So they closed inside the bearish trap. That's the thinnest bearish trap I've ever seen. Okay, that is really the thinnest bearish trap. So you can see they closed inside that super micro thin 10-cent bearish trap right there. They closed inside the bearish trap. But over the 17, notice the dot is green, so we're up over the 17. And under the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's a pink line or the purple line right through there. Oh, what a rip. Okay, that's got to be the employment situation. Okay, I'm telling you, it's going to be a big day. Get prepared. Okay, gold right there. Say silver. Silver still in an uptrend. All right. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Okay, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish and in an uptrend. Gold also bullish and in an uptrend. Let's take a look at UNG. Okay, UNG still down here, quadrant 1, so that's still bearish. We're still under this all-time high anchored, 2025 high anchored VWAP, and that's a really low bar, okay? Because let me just show you, that's the 2025 high, okay? Now watch this. Okay, so back in 2009, split adjusted, okay, $8,000. Okay, that's the real all-time high. Okay, these are all the splits. Okay, you see this? So this 2025 high is a really low bar. Okay, so that's a monthly chart. Okay, right there. So again, all right. There's the 2025 high. We're still not over it. Okay, so we're still bearish. All right, but get this, we're in an uptrend. We made a higher low and a higher high. Looks like they made another higher low. Can the bulls dig out a higher high? I want to see them move up on top and hold this higher ground for once. That would be super fantastic nice to see them hold, because recently you can see 3 candles, give it up, 2 candles, double top, give it up, 2 candles, give it up, 1 candle, roll over. You see 2 candles, roll over. Let's call it 3 candles, roll over. 2 candles, they roll over. 1 candle rolls over. 1 candle, see? All right, this is a new look for UNG. They may be starting a new uptrend here. Okay, so keep an eye on this one. All right, it's trying to break out of the bearish territory, which is the lower third. Okay, so if they get out of the lower third, or they get up to the neutral land and bounce back to the lower third, look for that higher low to come back up here, maybe even up to this area. We'll see. So there's UNG on the daily chart in an uptrend, but still bearish, okay, because they're in quadrant 1 down here. Okay, this is the all-time low right here that was set. Well, today's November 20th, so right about 30 days ago, as from today, they made the all-time low, okay? The all-time low for natural gas, okay, in this economy. Okay, so there's UNG. All right, let's take a look at did oil and gas. Take a look at the technicals. Then we're going to go visit. So yesterday we moved up, and we got increased market breadth or participation. The breadth and participation are kind of interchangeable. All right, so increased participation right there. Okay, so that was a good sign. All right, that the bulls are willing to get engaged when the market's going up. All right, so that's a good sign, because we came down the day before and there was more participation. Now, I don't know if they were trying to hold off the bottom. That's why we got more participation. But anyways, the day before we went lower and we had an increase in participation, which I did not like. And then yesterday we went higher instead of lower, and we had an increase in participation right there. Okay, so there's T2101. I like this day. That'd be yesterday. Day before, not so much, unless, of course, that was them putting in the basement floor or the foundation for the next move higher. We'll see. T2101. We'll find out today as we move up if there'll be more participation. Okay, that's what we want to look for. More participation. We could check it halfway through the day. Okay, T2122. Nothing impressive yesterday. Okay, we wound up gapping up into the seller's chop zone, and of course, the bears threw us out of there quickly. Okay, wound up in the sell zone. All right, chumped around, and we even made an appearance in the oversold zone, and the bulls threw us out of there. We wound up in the chop zone. Good thing is we made higher low, okay, and a higher high, okay. So I'd like to see the same thing happen again today. Higher high, not necessarily a higher low yet. Just keep moving up, if you ask me. But if they do move up, they're going to need a rest. So I'd like to see a higher low. All right. And if we get the higher low tomorrow, that's fine too. All right. As long as they move up all day, that's fine. But if they do move up, take a rest. I'd like to see the higher low appear up here. Okay. We'll see what happens. T21, 22, T21, 23. Okay. We even dug out even lower low. Okay. Yesterday. Notice the bearish gap down. Weakness on the bulls' part. They could not fill the bearish gap. This is not a very high bar to set. You can see we were not far from it at all. Okay, so weakness on the bears' part and the bulls' part, and the fact that they couldn't fill this little bearish gap right there. Price action made a lower low, so we're in a downtrend. We're under the 200 SMA, so that makes us bearish. Okay, and I'm not a bear. All right, we do have some foundation right through here. This is where there is a previous head and shoulders over there on the far left. Okay, so there's T2123. From the pullback high, I'll put the quad lines on there. You can take a peek at that. Okay, from the all-time high, that's the all-time high. Made a pullback low. We made a lower low, so we're in a downtrend. You can see right here, we're in quadrant 1 from the pullback. So this is bearish and in a downtrend. Now let's take a look at the 3-bar chart. Okay, now I'm going to take all of this off so it doesn't interfere with what you're looking at. Okay, so here is the head and shoulders pattern that I was talking about. That's where support is located. So maybe price comes down here and bounces away. Like to see it get up on top of this 200 SMA on both the 3-bar chart and the 15-minute chart. Okay, like to see it get on top of that. 3-bar chart, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Got a low here, made a lower low, even lower low yesterday. Okay, so in a downtrend, underneath the 200 SMA. Again, not my favorite place to be unless I'm a bear. Not wanting to be a bear, but I might have to be a bear. Okay, so kind of showing a big head and shoulders pattern. This was a little one. This would be the big head. This would be the big right shoulder. This would be the big left shoulder. Okay, so we'll see what happens. 3-bar chart, again, in the upper third, so that's bullish up there. Okay, but clearly going to have to test the support area of the upper third. All right, looking like that's going to come either sometime today or tomorrow. We'll see. T2123, 3-bar chart. Still in a downtrend, but still possibly bullish until they break this support right here. Okay, FNGU closing in the post market up over the 200 SMA. Okay, they did make a high and then a higher high. All right, and they never made. Did they make a lower low after? Yeah, so they left off. Believe it or not, in a downtrend, because there's a low and they made a lower low, so they left off in a downtrend coming into the close. But in the post-market, you can see clearly they made the higher high, and they're back up here over the 200 SMA right here. Now they're trying to climb on top of the all-time high anchored VWAP, which is this pink line right there. All right, let's take a look at the economic package and let's wrap this up. Economic package is going to be right there. Yeah, right here. Okay, so dollar. What are you doing to me? All right, so we left off yesterday. We closed about 100.12 or 11 right in this area right here. Making higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low. So we're in an uptrend. Okay, even almost got a higher high right there today. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we're in a daily uptrend. And if I back way out, you can see price comes down and then moves over to the right. So that's a bear flag. So we're in a daily uptrend within the big bear flag right there. Okay, earnings calendar. NVIDIA was last night. They had some good numbers. Walmart reports this morning, 808 billion. Intuit reports tonight, 181 billion. NetEase going to report this morning, 88 billion. Ross Stores, 52 billion. Okay, so going to be a market mover today, regardless, due to NVIDIA earnings from last night. Then we've got the employment situation from this morning, and then we've got also Walmart from today. So we'll see what happens, but it's going to be a volatile morning anyways. Okay, Friday, BJ's Wholesale, 12 billion. You can see all of these just familiar names, nothing that's going to move the markets right there. Okay, SPY Max Pain for today, 668. No, 663. Let me see what I got. Now they changed it. Oh, it's back, 663. My bad. Okay, so Max Pain, 663. And put the call ratio. It was 660. SPY Max Pain 663, and it's not 1.5 puts. It's only 1 put. All right, so it's only 1 put for each call that expires today at 4:15, and that's for the SPYs. Puts and calls expire at 4:15, as opposed to security options expire at 4 p.m. on the dot. And we got we did the dollar, we did the earnings, we did Max Pain, and now the economic numbers for this morning. Okay, the employment situation, 8:30. I think we already got it. Jobless claims, 8:30. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, 8:30. Existing home sales, 10 o'clock. Leading indicators, 10 o'clock. Natural gas report, 10:30 tomorrow. We got PMI composite flash, 9:45. Consumer sentiment at 10. Wholesale inventories, the delayed wholesale inventories at 10, and then a rig count at 1. Okay, so you can see already got the jobless claims employment situation. Obviously, it was good enough to reverse the pullback that we were currently in. All right, so that's it for me for this morning. Okay, remember to be a bull. Remember to follow trend. Remember to probably going to move a big move today. When you think it's the top, I would not get in front of it. I would not short today's market unless I saw the lower high. Okay? So please really think about it if you're going to get in front of this or play counter trend. We could see, like I said, $20, $30, $40 day. There's that. It's got that kind of potential. right now. Okay, so all right, I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes, and we will open up the markets. All right, nice bullish day for today so far.